Khajuria Khas village, and we have stopped almost 7 kilometers away from the Udaipur, Ahmedabad and Mumbai highway. Apparently we've left Udaipur 40 kilometers behind. Bombay is another 600 kilometers away and 250 kilometers is Ahmedabad. So we stopped at this place, driven 5 kilometers inside the village, and now we start walking. The reason why we're preparing this video is to show you the kind of terrain it is. You can look around. It is just because of the couple of days of rains that we've had. We can look around. This is the path. We have a lot of luggage to carry. You see the team, and even the villagers are helping us to carry our luggage. And we are hoping to conduct a very successful medical camp today and day after tomorrow. And we'll be walking another 7 to 8 kilometers all the way across these mountains. You can, yeah, the cameraman is taking a shot for the mountains. And as you see the houses right here, over here on the left hand side, this is the kind of houses that they live in. Almost one mountain would have just one house. And even for getting together, any kind of a meeting, and even for the camp, they will be coming down. All of them would be walking quite a lot of distance to meet at one common point for the camp. And we would show you at the moment we reach the village, which is going to be another 8 kilometers walking distance that we're going to do today. It's going to be a healthy exercise. We want to thank you for participating with us and encouraging us to undertake this medical camp. And as we reach the village, we'll start off with a video once again. Thank you so much. Hi, you've seen we are halfway through the journey. We've almost covered like 5 kilometers. This is our Dr. Ramaji, senior doctor from Hyderabad, who's undertaken the risk at such an age to come with us and to travel. You can see we have traveled all the way around that mountain, and we've taken this path, and now we're walking through this ravine, and now we'll be traveling all the way up. You can see that brother is carrying a musical instrument for us as well as bags. So that's where we're looking at, and I guess that's going to be equally the same distance that we'll be going forward now with. And soon we'll be reaching Khajuria Khas village. This is Dr. Finney Philip. Dr. Finney Philip, please say hi.
Hello.
He's another doctor from St. Stephen's Hospital, and he's joining us too for the camp. So these two doctors are with us today with the entire group, and we'll introduce you individually to all our members. Everybody's really getting tired. We've tried to take a 15 minutes break, but the terrain is really difficult and there's hot sun, even though there has been some kind of a rain, but it's really hot, and I'm sure it's going to be exhausting climbing up and climbing down the hill. But we'll be very glad, I'm sure, once we reach that place and can start off with the camp today on time. So now you can see we're almost uphill, and that's the valley which has gone back. We had a small stream where we could wash our faces, and I would like the cameraman to focus on the paths that we're crossing. It's all bedrock, looks like really old sandstones, and amongst the rocks, the animals, the dung, and we should also be, I guess we've also covered the skeletons of the animals who've died because of lack of water. We're heading towards village Khajuria Khas. So hopefully almost about to reach the roundabout at the mountain here. And as you can see, right from there I would want the cameraman to focus. On each hill we have one house made, and we can see that the hill is about to start. So apparently we are there at Khajuria, and Khajuria is much drier than what we can see here. It's greener because of water which is available here. However, the water table of Khajuria is very low. There's not much water there. We'll try and also cover the water with which they drink. Something like these, if you can see from these rocks, which has made a place. Whatever the rainwater is stored in such rocks is what they use for cooking, feeding of animals. So it's the same water that they're drinking, and the animals are also drinking, and they're using that for cooking purposes. And it's green, but it's hot. And you can see from the here that the tip of the mountain seems to be very arid and dry. So we're heading towards our destination, which is dry, which is more arid than the place that we're walking. This is very much a part of Rajasthan, on the outskirts of Rajasthan. And technically, I guess, if I'm not mistaken, we're around 50 kilometers away from the Udaipur highway. And it is in midway, we could say, because we have Udaipur, Rajasthan on one side, and then we have Gujarat on the other side. So it's pretty much deserted. There's not much of help provided by any government. The primary reason is the terrain and lack of any road facility. And since there's no rain, there can't be any networks or telephones. There can't be even poles erected for electricity. And as if the water table is low for Rajasthan, especially for this place. It's all rock and not much of a thing for survival. But it is very surprising that we have a very strong community of over 700 people in one village. And we're doing medical camp for the neighboring 3 villages. So I guess we're looking at catering to 1,200 people for the camp. And let's see how many people would come up for the camp. They know it's a free medical camp. Let me also tell you, if somebody is really sick, the way that we have walked through the 8 to 9 kilometers that we're walking, they would not be able to get any medical help because any sick person would not be able to walk. We are completely healthy and completely fine, and we're walking this distance. But if anybody's sick, to reach the doctor, that person would have to walk the distance and then reach the doctor. And majority of people just die because of the non-availability of doctor in the village, as well as lack of stamina to walk down the distance, reach the doctor. Because even when they move out to the outskirts, walking 40 kilometers there, they would have to find some local means of transportation because that's the highway. And maybe on our way back we will be able to cover that up. So we decided that it was a vision, rather over a year, to have a free medical camp so that people can be benefited. We can provide them with especially the children and women. There are a lot of women and children in the village. We have less of men in this area. There are a lot of women. So we wanted to cater to their needs, and hopefully this medical camp would be a blessing to them. It will be really helpful. We're coming down from Khajuria Khas village and on our way to Delhi, and you can see what a steep crossing. We've crossed a stream and we've crossed a very steep mountain where we almost each and every member of our team could have terribly slipped, but thankfully we were able to maintain the balance because of the man right here. We want to thank you for your support, and you can see that even the way ahead is all rocky. I would want the camera to be pointed towards the way that we're supposed to cover. It's going to be all rocky that we'll be covering, and especially because it is rainy, the stones are very slippery, so it has added to our challenge of getting back. Because of the rain, the stones have become extremely slippery. However, we believe that God is with us and things will be fine. So we want to thank you once again for your support and all your partnership with us, and we wish you a lot of blessings.